had that score in those boxes. And then the green means that it fits right within there. So important note, successful planners can have a red box or a yellow box, but most of them don't have a lot of them. So it should not remove someone from consideration if they have a yellow or a red box. Rather, it's a point for further questions and development. And these tiers, each of the 4 tiers, they're increasingly important as you go up from tier 1 to tier 4. So these tiers have been set aside based on 4 areas of growth. Let me go on to the next slide. There's 4 areas of growth in this tiered report. And what they looked at in successful planters is folks who had worship attendance in the last 5 years. They had growth in their worship attendance. They had more commitments to Jesus in their church plant. There were more new commitments in the past 12 months, or any growth in worship attendance over the past 5 years. So what they discovered is that the first tier was tied to at least 3 or 4 growth characteristics. If you have somebody in tier 1 who's coming out mostly red and or yellow, then that's probably somebody who's got some serious work to do to grow to be a church planter. Those things were all tied to the successful planter actually being able to lead people to Jesus and grow the community. The second tier is tied with at least 2 of those characteristics. The third tier is tied to at least 1 characteristic. And tier 4 wasn't tied to any of the growth characteristics, but of course they're still important because they're identified by the assessors as important characteristics of successful planners. So that's a little complicated, but this gives you just a little different view of that. I had somebody recently that we were doing using this tool with, and as I looked at the tiered report,